Hey everyone, welcome back. Maybe you're wondering, what am I doing? But I'm gonna be doing a Minecraft tutorial today. Basically, just as a filler video, because I can't do a Lego video for a while because I'm very busy with a massive video that's going to take a lot of editing. And it's taking a long time to record. I'm already using 2 cameras to film it because I'm not going to reveal anything else about it because that would just be spoiling it. But in the meantime, here's a Minecraft tutorial. I know people usually do these videos where they record the TV, but I mean, this TV, I've had it since 2013, so it's not really advanced enough to do that. Even if it was, I don't know how you do that, so I'm just gonna have to record the TV like this. Now, before we begin, if this video hits 10 likes, I will explore this tower here, which has got a pretty detailed interior, at least it will by the time it's done. So, this is the design we're going to be doing, so you can see how the stairs are shaped. And there's two blocks. There's the men's toilets and the ladies' toilets. This is the men's toilets. And then this is the ladies' toilets. So I'm going to be showing you how to do both of these. You can also add a disabled toilet above ground if you want to, but I'll just let you figure that out based on what I will have done from this tutorial, from the rest of it. But without further ado, here we go. We're going to start. Before you even begin to think about actually building the public toilets, if you haven't already started a Minecraft city and found a good place to build it, you'll need to find a place that's nice and flat where you can build a city. So, for example, here. And I've chosen somewhere that is flat, but it's not near any large lakes, so there's no chance that if I dig down, there will be a massive flood of water. If that does happen, there are ways in which you can soak up the water in these underground caverns. So I don't know how to do that, but there are ways. So we're going to build a 4x9 hole, and we want it to be 7 squares deep. So this is what I'm doing now. Now at this point, since it's my first Minecraft tutorial, I'm not really fully in the concept of scripting yet. I forgot to write down the dimensions, so I accidentally did 4x7 instead of 4x9. But it's 7 squares deep, so we're going to do that. Of course, I've just realised now that it would actually be 9 squares deep, but yeah, I'll come to those details in a minute. Alright, so we're going to start by getting some mossy brick stairs like this. Now, as you can see here, I've attempted to just place them, but you can't do that. You'll need to put some sort of bricks, any colour, because you won't be seeing them, underneath it to actually support it. So, as you can see here, I'm putting stone bricks underneath to support the stairs, because you need that for it to work. Right, so there we go. This is when I realised that it was supposed to be 9 squares, not 7 squares. And it's also now that I've realised that it doesn't need to dig any deeper at at the point that I specified. It doesn't need to be 9 squares deep in the lobby area. It just needs to be 7 squares deep, but a 4x9 hole. Right, so I just cut out a large bit of it. I did a massive cut jump because you didn't need to see that bit. It wasn't useful or anything. But now we're going to start with tiling it with stone tiles, tiling the sides. Make sure that you can't see through the stairs any natural rock or soil, because we want it to look artificial. And you can use different cladding to stone bricks if you want to, but I just use that because it's very much an urban British design that you do see a lot in urban Britain, in these underground public toilets. So we're going to start tiling this wall with clay blocks here, because we don't want a wall of like weird stone and soily stuff. We want it to look artificial. So we need to dig one step down for the 2 blocks of toilets, and for the corridor it needs to be 9 squares long and 2 squares wide. So this is what I'm doing now. There's the 9 square long corridor. Although when I say the length of the corridor, I'm not excluding that you do have to dig back one step for the wall design. But now we're moving on to the cubicle corridor, so it needs to be 7 squares wide and 8 squares long. At the moment it looks like it's 2 squares wide, but that's going to change. As you can see, I am already tiling the back of the wall. Just let me find the right piece. Yeah, we need some temporary lighting, so because chances are it will hit dark when we're doing this build, so you do need some temporary lights. Now going to dig out the entire floor and replace it with these smooth sandstone blocks. Now that gives it a nice modern linoleum look, because although most British public toilets, at least underground public toilets, are quite old-fashioned, I'm trying to give it a modern twist, as if it was old-fashioned but has been recently refurbished. That's the look I'm going for here. So for this we're going to dig 3 squares back and 1 square wide for a crevice. You'll obviously see why in a minute. And we're going to fill out the wall with big clay blocks to give it that same uniform wall design. And then we're going to make another of these 3 square long crevices. Obviously the back square will be filled in with clay blocks again. So you can probably tell why I'm doing this, but in a minute when we get to the right stage for that, I'll explain. So right now I'm going to retile the corridor with clay blocks. So you can see I've made 3 2 square long crevices. So these are going to be the cubicles. You probably call them stalls in America, but that's what we call them in Britain, cubicles. So we're now going to take 3 cauldrons, place them in each cubicle. They're going to form the toilets. And then for overhead lighting, because they're a bit dark right now, we're going to take sea lanterns, because your normal glowstones or shroom lights, they're not a harsh enough light for a modern public toilet. So we take sea lanterns. And now, once again, take the back wall and mine through it and replace clay blocks to make it look modern. And we will take 3 quartz stairs and put them like I have just placed for the urinals. I don't know if I explained it for the sinks, which contain the taps or faucets, but I will do once we get to that stage. It's the same technique. It's putting the stairs, except it's one square higher than the urinal ones. So you know what I mean, basically. We need polished stone blocks or smooth stone blocks. I can't actually remember what they're called, because although the roof isn't made of stone, it looks like one of those modern office ceilings, if you know what I mean. At this point I did deliberately spill some water to demonstrate how to get it up. It's with leaves. If it still doesn't go away after that, place blocks on top of it and then delete the blocks, and it should be gone. If not, your game is probably experiencing a glitch, so close the game and go back in again, and then delete the leaves, of course. So then we're going to take 3 levers to form the faucets or taps. I have 3 birch doors for the doors of the cubicles, stalls, whatever you want to call them. Now it's hard to get them in the right place, but eventually you should be able to, with some trial and error. So we've got 3 urinals, 3 sinks, and 3 cubicles so far. But we're going to take some diorite or diorite, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, stair pieces, and place them above until they face the right way to look like paper towel holders. So there you go, that's what I mean. Then place 3 stone blocks above them for good measure, because it just looks better like that. And now we're going to start with the ladies' toilets, and I'm going to do a big cut jump here, because we've already done the same thing in the men's toilets. So this is the point where the design does differ slightly from the men's toilets. So once again, it's just tile out the wall with clay blocks. Place 3 quartz stairs for the sinks here, or basins as you probably call them in America. I'm not entirely sure. At this point I'm just comparing how I did it to the men's toilets, because it's slightly different, so I need to make sure that I get the right specs and dimensions. But we're going to build the same corridors, the same dimensions as we did in men's toilets. You can refer back to that section to get the dimensions again, but you should probably remember it. So that's the corridor that we need. I got the lighting position wrong there, and now I'm just checking that it was right. Turns out I was right the first time. So it's that same stone blocks formation again. Then we dig 3 squares back again to form the cubicles and place cauldrons. Now it's the same on the row facing the opposite side to these sinks, but what differs is instead of urinals we have to build cubicles because female urinals don't exist. So instead we will do 3 cubicles, but obviously the design differs slightly because cubicles require different dimensions. The design itself of these cubicles is the same as in the men's toilet. So that's 2 out of the 3 cubicles on the right hand side done, and this is the 4th one. Now we once again building 3 squares back for the work sets on the opposite side to form the cubicles now. This is where we would have had the urinals on the men's toilets. You can see what I'm doing here. There we go, that's how we've done the slightly different design for the ladies' toilets with the cubicles. I'm not actually going to show the next section because that's exactly the same as the men's toilets, just filling it up with water. But yeah, I'll just cut to the end now. Well, that's the end of the tutorial on how to build an underground public toilet block. So, as you can see, it's quite modern. You can obviously adapt this design to make it look more old-fashioned if you want to. And obviously there's no pieces for taps, or faucets, as you call them in America. So you just have to work with what you've got. Now, do be careful when you're doing the water, because there's a chance that the water could flood the floor, in which case you need to get leaves. Any leaves will work, however, so you won't have a problem there. And just place the leaves on top of the water, and that'll block them up. If there's any squares that won't go when when you put leaves on top of them, take the leaves off, see if there's a hole on the side or underneath it. If there is, fill it in, and then put a leaf back on. If it still won't go, put any block on top of it and then delete the block and then delete all the leaves. But hopefully you'll be a bit more careful with the water than I was. But I hope you all liked this tutorial. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video. I will see you next time. I might do a Lego video next time, or I might continue with another Minecraft video, depending on how quickly I can get the video I'm working on finished. But yeah, see you next time. Bye.